Hey everyone, it's Cello, and today we have another Infinity Nikki video. I am gonna be making outfits using the dyeing system. I've made a bunch of gothic and lolita outfits that I know you girlies are gonna love. So let's get into it. So I know a lot of girlies may still be confused, perplexed if you will, at the dyeing system. I do think it's quite confusing as of now, the UI and all the little thingies that go into it, so let this serve as a tutorial for that as well. But yeah, today we're going to be making some really cutesy gothic outfits, gothic/lolita, so let's get into it. The first outfit that I'm going to be making is one of my favorites. So this hair is called Joyful Rhythms. It's from New Bloom Blessings, and we're just gonna dye it like a silverish shade, thinking between these two, maybe this one. And we're gonna pump up the glossiness so that she looks like a doll, a dolly girl. And for the dress, we are gonna be using Candy Coated, which is from the Whispers of Bliss evolution, and we're gonna be using this color palette dyeing scheme. So how I basically did this was I pressed select all over here, and I just picked this color over here. This color is very helpful for all the gothic girlies because number one, it is free. You don't have to spend anything to get this color evolution or this color palette, and she looks amazing. So for the most part, this outfit is going to be free, on the free side, because we're going to be mostly using this free color. This hairstyle, I am using like a paid one over here, but you can always substitute that. I suggest that you guys substitute whatever items you cannot use or you don't have. So yeah. By the way, for those that don't know, how the dyeing system works is that you have a selection of free colors to choose from. You have first the palette list, and then you have the colors. Now, the rest of these palettes are locked. You can of course unlock them by using your currency, but the kicker is for 4-star items and above, a lot of the color palettes are locked behind evolutions, which means, for example, this 5-star item, you can only unlock palettes up to here unless you have the evolutions. So these colors way at the bottom are from let's see, from palette 7 to palette 18. You will have to have gotten all the evolutions to unlock these. So it doesn't matter if you have the amount of currency you need for it, you just can't get it unless you have the evolution, unfortunately, which is why I can't use black for a lot of these items. Of course, you can use it here in the DIY workshop, but you can't save it and go into the world using that unless, again, you have the evolution. Also, these color palettes are unlockable by item, not by outfit. So for example, let's look at this. If I unlock the, let's say, 3rd palette for this dress, it does not unlock the 3rd palette for everything. I will have to unlock the 3rd palette for every single item within this outfit. So yeah, that's basically how the dyeing system works in a nutshell. With that being said, let's get back into the styling of it all. So for the stockings, we can go with any black ones here. I am personally using this. This is Radiant Call from Radiant Night. Feel free to use any cutesy shoes for this. The dolly ones are really nice. I'm personally going to be using this. This is called Steps of Spring from Whispers of Bliss. For the headwear, let's use this bow from Breezy Tea Time. Oh, sorry, for the hair accessories, I mean. And then for the headwear, we're going to be using Moonlight Reminiscence. This is from Timeless Melody, and I have dyed it like this. So my usual way of dyeing things, I just select all and I color it with the main color that I'm going with, the main color story. So that would be this one, and then I go into the little details and I dye it with another color, a bit lighter or a bit darker, just to give it some depth, you know. The earrings, I'm just gonna use Crimson Shade and Gleaming Traces from Dreamy Glimmer. For the bracelets, I like to use Gentle Heartbeats from Whispers of Bliss. And for the neckwear, we are using the one from Timeless Melody, except we are gonna dye it this way. Once again, I have done the same technique where I just dye everything one color and then I go into the details and dye them lighter or darker colors just to give it more depth. Lastly, I am using Tender Affection. This is from Dance Till Dawn. I love these gloves. I'm so glad I got them just because they're so detailed. They're so frilly and there's so much detail goes into it. So I've dyed it that way. Yes. For the eye patch, I am using Finest Wave from Art of Tailoring. Once again, I've dyed it using these two colors. Again, solid. I dyed everything using this and then went into the little details with another shade. And lastly, we're gonna go to our handheld, which is this cutesy little plush. Now let's try and dye it. Just so I can show you guys what it would look like. Or what my process looks like. Now I am not able to dye this white because I don't have the evolution of this outfit, but just for video purposes I am going to dye it as I please, even if I can't unlock these palettes. Let's see. Yeah, so as of now it's really hard to like see which part you're dyeing because like it just like highlights it in white, and most of the time I'm working with the color white, so it just blends into each other. But yeah, that's about it for this cutie outfit. Now I also use this hair, which is really cutesy. I love it so much. If I go into the world, I'll show you guys what it looks like. This is that same outfit in the world. She's so cutesy. As you can see, my doll isn't, or my plushie isn't white just because I don't have the evolution. Too bad. I will also show you guys what it looks like on other skin tones. Unfortunately, you can't seem to like change the skin tone or the makeup in the dyeing system, which is kind of weird. I hope that they like make a fix for that, because I'm sure everyone would want to be able to use the skin tones and the makeup in the dyeing system as well. So yeah, here's what it looks like on the middle skin tone. Let me just change the lighting. And she's gorgeous, obviously. Ah, so good. And here's what it looks like on the darkest skin tone. I just love how this hair looks on the darkest skin tone. So pretty. She kind of reminds me of 2B from Nier Automata, where she's wearing white and she's like, yeah. I love this outfit. I love it so much. This is the outfit I probably wear the most right now in the game. But yeah, let's move on. Moving on to the next outfit. This one is more of like a clowny, justery themed lolita. Very cutesy. It's very much giving Identity 5. Now I haven't played that game, or I have, but never quite got into it. I do love this outfit though, so let's get into it. So for the hair, we are actually using the glowed up version of the hair in Crimson Rhapsody. Except I did dye it this color. It's the second one on Bib Coon Furball Hug. I like that it matches like the color of the dress. I think that's really cute. This one goes really cute too. Actually, I might use that instead. Yeah, really cute. For the dress, we are using the one from Sweet Jazz Nights. It's like the Bib Coon themed one. I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like. Another thing to keep in mind when you're dyeing things is that it's never really going to dye it like a solid color. Like if I choose this blue, it's not going to be that exact blue. It's going to be the blue overlaid onto the dress. You get what I mean? So yeah, that's how I did the dress here. For the stockings, I really am glad I got these stockings. I pulled for pastoral dance very clutch last season. Like just a few hours before maintenance, I did it so I could get the horns, and luckily I got the tights as well. I really love these tights. And this is how I dyed them. Yeah, cutesy. And for the shoes, we have Whispers of Bliss again. I've dyed it again with the same color palette. So that's basically like my brain going into dyeing outfits, is I try to work with a very contained or limited palette so that the overall look just works better together. Yeah. For the headwear, I use Tender Stitches. This is also from Crimson Rhapsody, and I dyed it this way. Again, the free palettes are really helpful just because like you can go crazy. You don't have to worry about spending on all these individual items. So while the dyeing system is this early into its development in the game right now, you never know, they might change the way you have to pay for them, the way you use your currency regarding them. While that's still in the works, I'm very much mostly limiting myself to the free palettes, just to be sure. You know, I don't want to go spending all of my currencies and then later on they change like the system of it all. I think that's a good way to go about it as of now. For the earrings, I'm not sure which one I'm using. Well, you can't really see it all too well anyway. You can maybe use these ones from Rosa and like dye it. Let's see. Actually, there is a red one, right? I just used that earlier. Yeah, it's a bit too bright red, so we can dye it maybe. Yeah, that's much better. And then I'm gonna use Gentle Heartbeats from Whispers of Bliss. Now I did not dye this at all. I just used it as is. For the neckwear, we're once again using Timeless Melody. Cutesy, cutesy, cutesy. And we're using the same gloves that I have used earlier with basically the same dyeing process. I just didn't, well, this one has like stripes. I made this one solid white just because I feel like with the stripes it looks so busy. And yeah, I like this one a bit more for the outfit. And then finally, we are using once again the eye patch from Art of Tailoring. Now, once again, I changed it a bit from the last outfit. This is the one I used for the last outfit. It's a solid, dark, red, pink, whatever you call this color. But here, I tried to make the frills a lighter color, you know, just for that extra oomph and so that it goes better with the dress. So yeah, that's this outfit. I will show you guys what it looks like on our other lovely skin tones. Here's what it looks like on the middle skin tone. And I'll give you a turnaround. Slay, slay mamas. And here's what it looks like on the darkest skin tone. She's gorgeous! She's so pretty. You know, one thing I love about the dyeing system is that it reveals a lot of the hidden details within these dresses or these items that you might not have noticed prior. So like, yeah, all the prints and all the stitches, all the details, you can get a better look of them really with like the new dyeing system. So yeah, that's one thing I really like about it. For this next outfit, I kind of took inspiration from Tubi from Nier Automata, one of my fave games by the way. Highly recommend playing it if you haven't. But yeah, this is very much inspired by her. While it started out as like a cosplay for her, I ended up just sticking with it as a Lolita outfit. So for this outfit, we are going to be using Wings of Wishes for the dress. Yeah, we love an underrated queen. She got a lot of hate, but honestly, I'm just glad I pulled for her because I get to dye her now, and I think she's really beautiful in other colors. Really made me appreciate it a lot more. We're using Twilight Haze from Starfall Radiance for our stockings. For the shoes, I'm going to use this one called Into Midnight, and I'm gonna dye this bow black maybe. Sometimes the black doesn't really apply well because again, these colors aren't really applying as a solid color but rather as an overlay. So like as you can see, the black here registered as a blue, which can get kind of annoying, but that's what we're working with right now. For the headpiece, there's honestly so many you can go with. Oof. This is really nice, I'm not gonna lie. I love a good headpiece, and we have so many nice ones in this game. I'm gonna go with this one first from Spectral Mist, but we can look into the others later if ever. Any earrings? I don't think I'm gonna use any though. I'm gonna dye this necklace black, or as close as we can get to black. And I'm gonna use, I wish you could pose her differently so that when she's clipping like this, we don't have to stay stuck in there. Yeah, I'm gonna use like a grayish version of Gentle Touch. Ooh, that's nice. The Rosa neck piece and the Timeless Melody neck pieces are so good. I'm gonna use this one first though. Yes, that's gorgeous. Oh, what a diva! Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we're gonna use these gloves. So you can tell they're like low-key my favorite. I use them for everything right now. That's another thing that annoys me is when you click an area, it like resets your position. I wish it wouldn't do that. So we're gonna dye all white, and then, or all black, and then we're gonna undye some parts. So we can get like a clean look. Yeah, like that. Yes. Gorgeous. I'm gonna try to dye this dark gray black. It's the closest we can get. I don't know. I'll try here as well. Another thing I found is that if the dye color is not applying well to your item, you can try applying it to like the glowed up or evolved evolution because they appear differently on each evolution. I'm just gonna go with this one, yeah, as close as we can get. Oh, but it's just not, it's not giving. I don't know. We'll come back to it. I'm gonna apply this bow, super cutesy. I'm not gonna dye it because I think if I, let's see, if I dye it a dark gray, it becomes a lot lighter. Yeah. Well, the white is cute. Maybe we can go for a black and white moment. There. That's good. That's good for me. Wait. Yeah. Slay. Wait. Sorry, I'm so freaking indecisive. Yeah, I think that's good. We're also gonna apply these arm decorations. This is also from Timeless Melody, and we're gonna dye it black. Yes, she looks so good. Okay. I want to change the shoes actually. It's really hard to work with like a black palette because it just doesn't apply to some of these items. It just doesn't apply well because it's working as an overlay. Do you see? It's more blue than it is black. Okay, I think this is like as good as we can get. I ended up using this one from Wings and Wishes and dyeing it all black. Yeah, I think that's as good as we can get. Stockings? Maybe we can do something creative with the stockings. It's a bit too plain for me personally. Let's dye it all black. Ooh. I'm so locked in. Ooh, I don't know. That looks kind of cute. It's cute. It's cutesy. Okay, I wonder what... I think I'll change the headwear. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, cutesy. Okay, let's try to work with the black. Oh my god. So many good headwears. I'm not even kidding. I know I've said this, but... Oh, cute! Oh, this is so cutesy. Wait. Oh no, she's so cute. Okay, wait. The white is kind of overpowering. Okay. We love a diva. We love a diva. Oh. Let's try this one as well. Oh, the homegirl of indecisiveness. That's me. That's so me right now. No, I think we'll go with the bow. Or... Oh, it's really a tough one. It's between this and the bow. I'm sorry we're taking so long. Okay, fine. We'll go with the bow. I think it's good. It's nice. And then... Yeah. Oh! This diva! Oh my god. This is the finished look. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys what it looks like on the other skin tones. Because if I go back, it's going to remove all the dyes. That's the problem with this dye system right now. What can I do? Okay, I'm gonna like make this into I'm gonna add this to my color lookbook just in case you guys want it. I can release like the code. Let me know if you guys want me to release the codes to these outfits. I can definitely do that. But yeah, this is what we arrived at. I think she's so gorgeous and stunning. Oh. But yeah, if I go back over here, it just she looks a mess. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys what it looks like on the other skin tones. You guys, I low-key have so many ideas. But we're just gonna go through as many as we can in this video, and then I'll release another one. So we have this diva over here. We see the Fit Queen. This isn't so much Lolita as much as it is Victorian. It doesn't really have the Lolita silhouette, but she's a queen. This is my favorite outfit so far that I've made, and it's simple, but it really speaks to my aesthetic. She's giving ghost girl, she's giving white lady. If you guys don't know, white lady is like essential to Filipino folklore. She's like the iconic ghost girly in our culture, so yeah. For the hair, I'm using the glowed up version of the hair in Midnight Vigil. Slay, by the way. I love that we have a hime cut here in the game. She's serving. Hime cut is like when you have bangs and you have like side pieces. Yeah, I love that. And so I'm using here is Celestial Nightfall. What I did is I basically select all, and I dyed it this as close as we can get to white. Obviously, she's gorgeous, and I love it so much. Stockings, you can really use any, it's not too visible. Shoes, I went with Starry Steps. This isn't even dyed, it's just like a cutesy white pair of Mary Janes. I used, of course, the horns from Pastoral Dance, and then I dyed the headpiece to Starfall Radiance. So yeah, selected all of that, made it white. For the necklace, feel free to use any. You can dye it all white, and it will still look slay. It's not even really that visible. I also used Bloom Whispers from Whispers of Bliss, didn't dye that at all. And then I used the undyed neck piece or choker from Witchful Rosa Misty Dream Evolution. I used Turning Palm from Starfall Radiance, and I used my lucky eye patch. This is such a simple outfit, but I'm telling you guys, it's my favorite. It's the one that is just, it's so me. I'm showing you guys what it looks like on other skin tones. Now, one thing about this outfit is that in the world, it appears more blue. There's like a bluish tone to it that's like peeking out from the original color of the dress. So if that bothers you, there you go. It kind of bothers me, not too much. It's not as bad as with other dresses. Wow, okay, she's so pretty. This looks like a doll. She looks like a doll for real. And if we up like the glossiness here, whoops, let's try and oh, we're not in the dyeing system anymore, but if you up the glossiness on her hair, she looks even better. Looks more like a doll. Love it so much. This is what it looks like in game. Again, it's like a light sky blue as opposed to like pure white. I don't know why this is happening. It's like much more saturated in the game than it is in the closet UI, but yeah, that's how it is right now. Now I want to move on to our last two outfits, so let's get to it. This one is gonna be Slay the Boots House Down, Wishful Arosa. Now, here's a pro tip. When you want to dye the Wishful Rosa dress to colors like black and white, I would suggest using this evolution, because it just takes the colors a lot better than, let's say, like the purple one. If you dye the purple one, let's say all white, let's try it. It retains a lot of its original color, the purple. Whereas with this evolution, the first Arosa color palette, it's a lot less noticeable. Now it is like there's yellow peeking out. It's kind of translating to beige, but it's a lot better. You can get away with a lot better color transfers with this variation of the Arosa. So yeah, what we're basically going to be doing is doing a black and white Lolita outfit. This is one of my favorites. So, I know she's looking like a mess right now, but I tried to load it in from my color lookbook, and it loaded in like this. Thankfully, it loaded in because I've been experiencing a bug where if I try and load in an outfit from my color lookbook, the game just freezes altogether. So it's a miracle that it worked this time, although it is a bit wonk, like some of the items did not retain their respective colors, but that's okay, we can get into it here. Again, we're gonna select the yellow one just because it's much easier to dye. And what I'm gonna do here is dye everything white. What you can do after that is go through the areas and figure out which ones you want to dye black. Now I'm gonna dye this one black. It's really hard to see what you're selecting, so let's just hope they patch that in the future. I think they really need to streamline this. Okay, so I'm gonna dye this part black. So yeah, I might go back to the dress in a bit, but I want to move on to the rest of the outfit. So as you can see, I've dyed the Rosa stocking so that this is black and this is white. Yeah. For the shoes, I kind of want to go with a different look. Maybe these ones. Let's see how they take the dye. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad by any means. It is retaining some like gold that I'm not living for, but that's okay, I guess. Okay, maybe we can change up the gold. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Slay! Try to make this white. I wonder if that's giving. See, that's the problem. It's like the whites don't match each other. The white here is very different from the white here. Okay, honestly, I'm living for this. The black rose look is giving. It is giving. So maybe we're gonna stick with that. Oh, I love the way the thorns look. Moving on to hair accessories, we are of course using the bow from Breezy Tea Time. Yeah, we're dyeing this all white. I think that's as close as we can get. Yeah, that's as close as we can get to white as of now. And for the neckwear, let's dye it all black. Yes, okay, stunning. And then let's remove the black from some areas so that it looks a lot more, so that there's just more depth to it, you know. Make this white. Yeah, I think that's good. Ooh, okay, diva. For the arms, we're gonna make this all black. And then filter out some parts to make it solid white. Now we're gonna get rid of the stripes, I guess. Yeah. Slay. Okay. I really wish we could make this like pure white, but it's just not happening, is it? We're gonna make the frills on this black. And maybe the gems as well. Yeah, that looks good. And then you're gonna, of course, dye the doll. This part, let's make it white. Okay, we're slaying so far. I feel like so many hairs go well with this. It's so hard. And I'm second guessing the headdress just cause. Let's try this. Make this white, make this white, and make this white as well. How do we feel about that? Do we live? I don't know if we live. It's just I can really see like the blue peeking out, and I'm not living for it. I think we're gonna go with the headdress though. I think she slays the game. Yeah. Oh, she's so pretty. This diva. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys what it looks like on other skin tones because I can't. It's not here. But yeah, this is what she looks like. Slay. I honestly love the Rosa dress. I love that we get a free-to-play huge gown like this where you can actually access the black and white palettes. That's like, thank God. Going forward, I really do wish that there's a way for us to access black and white without having to unlock all the evolutions, but for now that's how it works, and sadly that's how we have to live. But thank you guys so much for watching my video. I know that it is quite a difficult time for us girlies, the girls, gays, non-binaries, and even boys who play Infinity Nikki. It's a hard time, but rest assured, I am going to be releasing just funsy videos to help us get through some difficult times. You know, I'm not going to stop playing the game. I'm not there yet. I still have hopes. I don't know if I'm naive for that, but I still have hopes as I am a hopeful person. But yeah, I hope that you guys like this video and hopefully you want to see more. I have a lot of other Lolita outfits that I would like to show you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.